In the last episode of Truly Bedrock, we built the beginnings of our mega mob farming area. This is where we're going to try and farm as many mobs as is humanly possible. As you can see, it looks pretty bad right now. So to recap, we have ourselves a squid farm on this side that's giving us squids and salmon and cod and dolphins, maybe some turtles, I don't really know. And of course I've fallen into this so many times. And we have another one on the other side as well, and then down below us we have a glow squid farm because we can, and then we got ourselves a drown and trident farm right above us too. But we need to do a lot of spawn proofing. We built all of this stuff down here at ocean level, so we need to build a giant platform going around this area to prevent, you know, glow squid spawning where they shouldn't, fish and drowns spawning where they shouldn't. Basically everything spawning in the wrong places. So if we just put a nice big floor around this area, that's going to solve all those problems. And once we have a gigantic 100 by 100 floor around this area, we can build more mob farms on top of that, around it, underneath it, and just to all sides of it, basically. I love this farm. So that's the plan for today's episode. If you end up enjoying the episode, then consider dropping a like or maybe subscribing. But otherwise, we need to go gather a ton of resources.
12 seconds later.
Hopefully this is enough materials. 7 entire shulkers of random junk. I mean, it's a fair amount of stuff. We got materials for days, but it's not gonna be enough for what we need. It's just definitely not enough. So we need to buy out basically all of the concrete here. It is 3 diamonds a stack. I'm buying it at the right time because it used to be 4 diamonds, but now I'm gonna buy out like all of this. Oh, this is so expensive. Do I even have enough diamonds for this? Oh, this is pain. Many pain and sufferings are happening right now. I have not enough diamonds for this. I broke my anvil. That's how expensive this is. I didn't just break the bank, I broke the anvil. Yeah, so we need like just a lot more concrete for this build. So, you know, 20 stacks of that, or wait, that was 18 stacks. Hold up. Yeah, we're just gonna take all of this over here. And I don't really have the money for that, so I owe you 120 diamonds. Plus the other IOU in here. Man, Zloy's gonna have me working. Hey, half of this project is actually for Zloy anyway, because we're getting ink sacks and bones to supply this very shop. So, you know, it requires some upfront capital. Zloy finally has customers at his concrete shop. They're not paying customers, but they're customers. All of this stuff right here is what we're trying to prevent. Squids, glow squids, cod, salmon, and then you got your drowns down there as well. This whole roof right here is going to prevent all those guys from spawning, except for the glow squids. And to prevent them, we actually have to slab the ocean floor. But that's a whole nother project that we're gonna not do right now. How about that? I didn't expect my squid farm to start farming spiders, but I am pleasantly surprised. So it's a few days later now, and I've done a lot of work on the area, but I do have a little bit of like a sore, itchy, dry, scratchy throat, so if I sound weird, that's why. And of course, you know, the one internal organ I need to record videos is sore, so that's great. Anyway, let's check out the progress. It actually looks best at nighttime, so this is kind of perfect. It's kind of like a spider, jewel, kind of flowery thing. I don't really know what it is, but it looks nice. It's just kind of a decent pattern, and it is nowhere near done. We need to fill in this entire thing with some blocks, and that is going to be these deep slate tile slabs. So the entire you know, top side of this is going to be filled in with these slabs. We're going to have 2 giant patches of magma blocks on this side. I know it sounds weird, but it'll make sense later. And then we actually need to go down to the bottom of the ocean, tear out all of this gravel. Don't I have a conduit? Why is it so dark down here? We're going to take out all this gravel and use that for some concrete because we may as well. And then we're going to actually slab the entire bottom of the ocean with these deep slate tiles as well. Basically, instead of using a full block for the roof up there, we cut those into slabs, and then we use the rest of the materials to slab the oceans. So we're actually using the same amount of materials for twice the project. Now, we need to slab the ocean because that's what's actually going to prevent the things from spawning above it. The slabs up here are just for looks, basically. The slabs down there is for function. Aquatic mobs basically need a solid block below them in order for them to be able to spawn anywhere in the water column. So if there's a slab down there, it'll prevent all aquatic watery spawns directly above it, which is actually really handy. And this is kind of what it looks like in the RTX, and it kind of looks very nice, actually. I love how glowy it is. Of course, we're in the rain, so it's kind of hard to get a good look at it, but I really like it. It's coming along. So I need to go do a lot more resource gathering, and we need to do just like so much more work. This is just for like the decorative top layer of it too. I've already been at this for hours. So next up, we need to fill in all these magma blocks. I finally found a fourth ancient debris. I haven't gone netherite mining this season, but finally, 4 of these things. And of course, it's got lava on it. Finally, I can make a netherite elytra. After all these years, I finally have them all. I don't have any iron to make a smithing table with. Come on now. I really need to build myself an iron farm for situations like this. Wait, didn't I just build Zloy an iron farm? Hold up, I'm gonna go steal from Zloy. Again. It's only the second time in this episode, don't worry about it. As long as we don't hit 3 times in one episode, he won't notice. Oh, this man's rich anyway. He's not gonna notice a couple of little iron blocks going missing. Not for his second best friend? Nah. Actually, this guy over here has a smithing table. We'll just use this. So I was gonna put this on my elytra, but I think the better idea would be the pickaxes. Now, I just thought of something. Since this is dead right now, if I turn this into a netherite pickaxe, it's actually gonna take longer to repair it because it has more durability as netherite than it does as diamond, right? So you should fully repair your thing before you turn it into netherite. Just a thought. I guess I gotta go use the XP farms. And instead of using the spider farm, because that's too slow, why don't we just trade a bunch of string to these villagers here? We'll just use the auto clicker to spam on that, and then that should give us, I guess, not that much experience. That's why we have a ton of these guys. We can also trade away some of my iron to these guys. It helps if you hold the pickaxe, though, doesn't it? Jeez. This has been a very, very, very productive trip to Zloy's base. And we even got our first netherite out of it, which is pretty great. Never gonna break a block, never gonna run away. And that is all of the magma blocks installed for the phantom farms. So now when we are standing in the middle right here, we can actually get phantoms to spawn at us. And that's going to be part of our phantom farm, which we will finish in a little while. But now we need to start actually filling in these slabs on the bottom of the ocean. And I don't need to do like this entire 90 by 90 area. I only need to do like a 44 block radius around the player. So it's going to be a giant circle underwater. This red sphere indicates where mobs will not despawn, so anything outside of this is safe. So we need to spawn proof everything inside of this red sphere, and as you can see, that's pretty big. We got to go around the entire edge of this on the floor of the ocean here and spawn proofed this entire area. So I need to mine out all of this gravel and put down slabs instead. As you can see, it's quite the big area underwater. I don't think we need to spawn proof just the inside of this circle right here. I think we need to go on the outside of it as well, and that is because if there is not like a slab right here, I think a squid could spawn inside of this area right here. I think. So I think the easiest way to do this is to lower down the armor stand that actually summons in like this little, visual graphic of where the spawning spheres are. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and tear out all of the gravel and all the kelp that's in this area, kill all these stupid drowns, try not to die to the other drowns, and then once this is all torn out, we'll go ahead and slab it up. And it should be basically the exact size that we need it. Here's hoping anyway. We should see what the output of our glow squid farm is, because I'm sure it's just like a stupid amount of items that we're probably never gonna use. Moment of truth. Okay, that's most of this is not glow ink, but the part that is glow ink is way too much glow ink. We're never gonna use any of this. Why did I build? Oh no, there's more coming in. No, get out of here. Go away. I don't want you. Well, that was an entire shulker box of deep slate blocks, and we turned that into slabs, and that is, you know, maybe a third of this entire thing slabbed already? And then we need to do that twice. So this entire area needs to be slabbed down here, and then this entire thing above us needs to be slabbed. So if that was one shulker, we need like 4 more shulkers of deep slate. This is gonna be great. This is very good. Oh my god, this is so much deep slate from Liara, and that's way too much deep slate. I don't know how much of this we're actually gonna use, but now I owe Liara many shulkers of Totems of Undying. So you know what that means. A thing that we've never built before, ever, on this YouTube channel. Not once have we ever built a raid farm for Totems of Undying. But hey, look at this. Now we have, like, all of this. Delicious, delicious deep slate. Thank you, Liara. Bye. And after many hours of placing blocks underwater, we now have this entire area slabbed. And as you see, we're not getting any spawns over here besides this dude, which probably spawned on the edge and then like walked out. So we need to put like a little square blocks going all the way around the center bubble column area. And then we're actually going to have ourselves like a storage system up here at the top, I believe. I haven't figured out all the details, okay? So I'm not planning on doing anything around the edges, even though it does look a little bit rough. Eventually, whenever we get rid of this conduit, you're not going to be able to see it, so it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. But as you can see, we no longer have anything spawning around here, so this means the efficiency of our drown farm just got up to like 100%, except for the fact that, you know, it's daytime. Don't worry about it. And then we also just efficiencyed the entirety of both the squid farms, so these things are going to be producing a lot more items now. There is still the question of what to do with this entire platform. We could go ahead and fill in the entire thing with the deep slate slabs, like how I've done with these little diamond shapes right here, but I kind of like the water. It adds a little bit of niceness to it. It adds some more blue to it, and the slabs wouldn't actually do anything. It's just for decoration, and if it doesn't look that great, then why bother filling in the slabs? So I think for now, we'll just leave it water, even though that wasn't really the original plan. At some point, we are going to be building a bunch of stuff underneath this water, so if we can see that from the surface, it's probably not going to look that great, so we might want to go ahead and put slabs over this anyway. But that's a future project. Okay, this is kind of silly, but there's the farming area that we just built, and then right over here is a couple of torches. This is where we built the quad spider farm a few episodes ago that I totally forgot about. And then right over here is a whole pile of chests full of netherrack that Tom left for us. He completely forgot the coordinates of this, but I just randomly found it. This is so weird. This doesn't count as leaving floating trees, does it? I mean, they're technically a fungus, so I don't think it counts. This tree doesn't even have a tree to it. It's just logs. The whole thing is logs. So I built myself a phantom farm, and it's actually already working. Well, maybe not like working, but I wasn't standing in there, okay? So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get rid of that dude. Anyway, phantom farm. But basically, we have these giant platforms right here. This is like the only solid block that is not bright, that no other mobs spawn on, that phantoms can actually spawn on, because they're technically spawning on this, even though they're like up in the air. It's complicated. Anyway, they swoop down at me. I'm gonna be in here, standing in this little spot, and then they like hit this wall, go up, they hit that water, and then they go to another portal. So we have like some phantoms going to the nether. There's no kill chamber right there right now, so if anyone's going through the nether hub, they're just gonna get a nice little surprise. Now that the phantom farm is running, we gotta deal with this guy right here. We are also gonna be farming pigmen in this area, and we only need like a very, very simple thing to do that. So we got 4 nether portals. Every now and again, these guys are going to be giving us some zombie pigmen. They'll fall down to this layer right here, and then we just need to get them into a trident killer. Oh, perfect. You guys are just who I was looking for. Now make an egg, or 2, preferably 2, exactly 2. Thank you. I need 2. There we go. This is exactly what I need. Thank you so much. You are so incredibly helpful. Luckily, pigman farms are really easy. All you need is a couple of turtle eggs, and then you need yourself some coral fans, and basically just a hole in the ground. We got some trapdoors to the side so that nothing else spawns, and look at that. We're getting our first pigman immediately. That's perfect. Could you just walk right down there? And, yep, as you can see, it definitely works for zombie pigmen. So we put a couple of turtle eggs on the other side, and that's that. I've accidentally created a whirlpool inside of a trident killer. I didn't know that this was possible, but I'm highly amused. So I know it looks stupid, but this is a phantom farm on top of a drowned farm with a zombie pigman farm in there as well. And how the pigman farm works is, again, they spawn from the portal, they fall down, they walk towards the turtle eggs, and then we have a little bit of a water stream down here that pushes them all into a trident killer. Now, item collection for that trident killer is actually shared with the glow squid farm because it's just going to shoot all those items out. They go down a bubble column, and then they'll get collected in this farm. All these items still need to be sent up, and we still need to build like an actual storage system in this area somewhere. That's a future project. And as you can see, it does actually work. We got ourselves a pigman in there. We can turn on the lever. That guy should die, and he is. Congratulations. And now we should get the experience through the floor. I think we did. It's kind of hard to tell. There's a lot of noise in this area now. And also, all those items should have gone down to the floor there. Yeah, it looks like we got some gold and some other stuff. Good. So this is actually all working as it should. Except for that guy. He's part of the plan. He's supposed to be there, I swear. So far, this area is coming along pretty well, and we're actually already farming like 8 different types of mobs. We got our salmon, our cod, our squids, our glow squids, the dolphins, and then we got the drowns and the phantoms and the zombie pigman. So that is 8 unique mobs that we're already farming, but we can pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Part of the reason why the planning aspect for this project took so long is because I kind of devised a way to farm like, what does that say down there? 32 different mobs in one area. So right now we have 8 mobs. We could get 10 if we start farming the Wandering Trader and the Trader Llama, but you know, that's kind of boring and also pretty easy. Now, by next episode, we're definitely going to get to 15 mobs and maybe even 16. Now, we could have 17 if we decided to put in a shulker farm, which I think would be really, really fun, actually. I would love to do that. If you get a really, really rare combination of biomes and structures, you can actually get up to 32 different mobs in one little area. And I've actually found a world seed where you can get the vast majority of these mobs and have legitimately 32 mob farms for 32 different types of mobs in one little area. It's kind of crazy, but if you want to see a video on that, like a little showcase tutorial, I guess, then let me know in a comment down below, because it'd be pretty fun to farm, like, all of this. By far the most important thing in today's episode is that we're now in debt to all of our friends, so I think that's a great place to end it. We gotta go sell our soul to somebody to get something to pay back Liara and Zoe with. I think that's the only reasonable course of action. If you enjoyed today's video, drop a like and subscribe and tell me what you want to see in the next one, and thank you so much for watching, and then there was Soylence.